What's up, everybody? I'm back with another one, and today we're going to be revamping from my brand Galore Bundles. Pretty much I'm going to be replacing the closure on it. Now, I did come up against the issue because the first and second closure were 4x4 and this closure is a 5x5. But it is what it is. I'll talk to you guys about that later when we get to that point. Right now, I am just putting raw developer on the closure. This helps for the knots to bleach more evenly and for them to look a bit more natural. So if you're ever trying to figure out how to get that like specific natural scalp look, I would suggest that you try this out. You just put the developer on by itself for about a good 20-30 minutes. You wash it off. And then you're going to put your bleach, which is the powder and developer mix. It's hard to do things with one hand. I'm holding the camera and trying to put the bleach on, but I did fully get each area. I just was showing you guys the application as well as the texture of the bleach. The bleach needs to be thick so it won't seep through, and you want to pay attention to how long you're leaving it on. You also can spray holding spray on the hair so that it doesn't seep through a lot. As you can see, this didn't hit most of the places on the closure, so I did pretty well. There were a few hot spots, but nothing to worry about. Once I'm done with the bleach and I washed it all out, then I move on with some neutralizing shampoo. And right now I'm just showing you guys a frontal that I also bleach, but I'll do another video showing the construction of that. So this is the neutralizing shampoo. You're just going to lather it all over. So that was me just showing you the application of it, but I do go in and lather it. And that is the product of the frontal and the closure. So then we move on to me customizing, and me customizing isn't really anything special. I just map out where I want my parts, and this is for my mom, so she normally wants a side and a middle. So I'm kind of conscious of both sides of the frontals and the closures that I'm using. And then I'll make sure that I'm going to do the front hairline as well. Now, if you're looking for some good tweezers, I use the Kiss tweezers. I think you can find these in Walmart, but I got them from my local beauty supply. I like them a lot. I also like the little women style tweezers from Sally's. I don't know the brand, but if you go in there and they have them, they're just going to look like little women, and the feet part are the tweezers. They're really cute and they're really helpful and sharp. Now, other people may recommend Tweezerman. I specifically just feel like those are overpriced and I'm not paying that much for tweezers, but do as you wish. So when you are tweezing, you want to make sure that you're not staying in one place for too long, because that's how you're going to get those bald spots or just over plucked areas. So I kind of do like a 1-2 and move, 1-2 and move, because I want to make sure that I have more hair than less hair. You can always go back and take some out, but you can't put it back in unless you know how to ventilate. And that is a very niche skill that I don't have. So yeah, I'm just going like one by one, kind of pulling hair from here, there. And I'll kind of go over it more than once, but just doing it little by little. You need to have patience when you're plucking, because anything could go wrong and it can do it very quickly. Okay, so moving on, like I was telling y'all, it was giving me some trouble trying to get this closure sewed on because the two previous closures were 4x4 and this specific closure is a 5x5. So if you run into this issue, you will see some like scrunching, and that's just because of the size difference. The best thing that I could recommend is that you want to sew flatly as much as possible on both sides and going towards the back. And then if you have to bunch at any time, you want to bunch in the very far back where you won't see the closure, the lace, whatever. And you want to do it to where, like I said, the closure is still flat. So you see how I'm doing that pull method? That is what I would recommend the most. You want to make sure that you're kind of pulling on it to let it lay flat. but also double checking the back, because I will be honest, y'all, I had to take this wig apart about 2 or 3 times to get it right when it came to the bunching, because even when it looks straight in the front and you're like, oh, okay, that looks good, then you put it on and you can see it all bunched up at the top as if that was your own scalp doing that, and we don't want that. So definitely be patient, and you can definitely cut the thread and start at different points. For me, it was easier to start at the side, and then I would stop at a certain point on the side and start from the back. So if it is any bunching, it's little spaces and it's not just like a big group of scalp or looking like a big group of scalp. Okay, so this is what it looks like when I'm finished. And if you had a question on what I meant by bunching, you can see that little piece that's sticking up. That is the part that is bunched. And when you put it on, it will lay flat still. But of course, I had to shorten it a little bit so it would fit into that space that was an extra inch of what I needed. So now this is me kind of just treating the wig itself. Baby, my mama had let this wig go. So I promise it's not the hair, because you're going to see the hair come out perfectly. I had to go through and detangle really, really hard after washing it. And I'm going to apply some products just to bring it back to life. So like I told y'all, doing it with one hand is very hard. And I'm trying to sit here and comb this thing with one hand, and it's taking forever. So I did end up doing the rest off camera. So after that, I combed it. So then I wet it. This is a Aunt Jackie's curl repair cream, and you are supposed to wash it out, but I just opted not to do that. I ended up spraying water on it after the fact and going over it with a towel so that it could grab some of the product, but I wanted some of the product to stay in. It's not going to hurt anything. And if you feel like the hair is too heavy for some reason, you can wash it out. But I don't expect that to be a problem in this case, because it's a wig, so you wouldn't even necessarily feel the heaviness. Anyways, this was the outcome of things, and y'all know I got to do my customization of my closure. So I'm going in with the hot comb, and I think at this point I'm realizing, hold on now, my hot comb is not even on, because normally when I do my peaks, I hear a little sizzle. I like to have my hot comb on 400 and something degrees, so I'll hear a little s, and I know I'm getting it done, and I was not hearing this. So yeah, we had to have it on 410, and I had to go back and be like, wait, it's not on. And now I'm getting that effect that I want with those little peaks. I love doing that to my wigs. This is just how I do it. So if you were wondering how to get it done, you just take the back of the hot comb and push it up and keep pushing until you get that look. You can also hold the top piece of hair and push back. Just don't stay for a long time, because you will burn the hair out, and I won't be responsible. I didn't teach you that. You can watch this video and watch what I'm doing and see this is the real speed. So I'm going pretty slowly and moving it here and there so that I'm not burning the hair off. All right, so this is the final product, and I'm just giving it a little, put my hands through it and everything, showing y'all how it looks. I did want to do her closure with minimal plucking, because she likes to keep her wig, so I want to make sure she has longevity. But that's it. Thanks for watching.